Good morning and welcome to First Local Mornings.
What were you going to say there? Sports?
Yeah, well, we were just talking sports. I almost said welcome to sports.
I'm so proud of you.
That's a tease for a little later on.
You'd love doing
For those of you who've been living under a rock and what happened last night with Canada versus the U.S.
No.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I have a lot to say.
Yes. Wasn't the greatest of games.
No.
Unless you're American. Okay, so welcome to First Local for Wednesday, January the 6th. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'd like to thank the Huron Catholic District School Board, Huron Superior, Catholic District School Board. Wow, that is a mouthful.
Are you okay today? Did you sleep last night?
Yeah, a little bit. Kindergarten registration is on. Aww. So if you want to put your kid in kindergarten in the Catholic school system in this district, you can, but you do need to go online, fill out a form, register for kindergarten, so they know your kid's going to show up in September. Instead of being on day one, being like, surprise!
Unless it's virtual still then.
Unless it's virtual, and then, maybe your kid will get back in school for grade 9 or something.
I couldn't imagine having to do that for a 4 or 5-year-old. That would be awful.
Are they even doing much online learning with
Well,
the 4
no,
or 5
I can talk about that, no problem. Well, I can't say that. Dante's teacher's awesome, but they have like 8:55, 9:55, an hour break, and then another hour break, and then this and that. They had gym class, though.
What do they do? Run on the spot?
No, they do sit-ups and push-ups.
Wow.
Oh, wait. It's better than
that's a gym class to look forward to.
It's better than sitting around playing vids.
Yeah,
although I'm pretty sure
it's not the same as playing volleyball or basketball, where it's something you're looking forward to.
It's totally
like, I gotta do gym now. I gotta do push-ups and sit-ups. Yay! Can we get back to math?
No, everybody's excited. No math, just gym. What's our other sponsor? That Casey's Security place. I think they do some security around the city. Yeah. Thank you to Casey's Security for your sponsorship.
They catch all the kids breaking into schools, which is funny. This is something they've never had before.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've actually caught a bunch of kids breaking into schools. That's how bad kids want to go back to school.
Wow.
They're literally breaking into school in their off hours to try and get back in.
They usually are.
It's usually the reverse. I mean, we're getting a generation of kids right now that are actually going to want to go to school.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I know. They're going to not like summer break at all again.
I was a nerd, though. I wanted to go to school.
I like school. It was great.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, we know you're a nerd. Yeah. What else is going on?
Welcome to my life.
How was your Tuesday night?
I played Baraku again.
Oh, my God. You have to think about that.
But I won.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you probably cheated.
Yeah, I won. Sorry about that, honey. You lost. Mm-hmm. And now the whole world knows.
I don't believe them. Well, we do have another couple cases of COVID-19 again that we heard about last night. What's that?
Both sides of the border.
Both sides of the border, yes. So. Well, Goma Public Health put out a couple more last night. The first resident is reported to be self-isolating after being tested yesterday with the cause of exposure stated as close contact, and that is the same for the second person that was released yesterday as well. Obviously, they don't give out names or streets or anything like that, but you should know they are from Sault Ste. Marie area for both of them.
Yeah.
So.
Also, speaking about going public health, they had a very interesting post last night.
Your favorite topic.
Where they sort of chastised the media for pointing out locations that are outbreak points. For example, the Tim Hortons that we reported on the other day.
Yes.
Basically said we kind of do a disservice to the public by doing that. Now, I would just like to point out a couple things. We have talked about on the show multiple different places across Ontario that have been outbreak points for COVID-19. Hotspots.
Yes.
There's the nail salon in Kingston. There's a bunch down in Windsor. Toronto, as of yesterday, this is what makes this even funnier. Toronto yesterday put up a website listing every exposure site in Toronto.
Which makes sense.
Yes, and if you were there at what time on what dates.
Yeah.
That you should be extra concerned, let's say, if you develop a cough or any of the other symptoms of COVID-19. Algoma Public Health, on the other hand, chastises the media for doing exactly what every other public health unit in Ontario does. This is no surprise. Way to go, Algoma Public Health.
Well, yeah, what about the people who drove through and got their coffee?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
the owner didn't hide and say, no, we didn't have a COVID-19 outbreak. Head office from Tim Hortons said there was a COVID-19 outbreak. A COVID case, I shouldn't call it an outbreak, but COVID case at that Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
The owner came out and said there was a case. They closed the restaurant down. They deep cleaned it. They quarantined every employee for 14 days and had them tested.
Good for
who was exposed for them. That Tim Hortons did exactly what any business should do if they have a COVID-19 case. And we didn't do a story saying, oh, don't go to that Tim Hortons, it's the COVID Tims. No, we said they did exactly what they were supposed to do. And congratulations to that Tim Hortons and the owner, I won't say the name on air, for doing the right thing, even when Algoma Public Health doesn't.
Yeah, yes, he absolutely did handle that very well. And, you know, it is important. It's not like we're giving a personal name or streets or anything like that. This is a business where people frequent. So.
It's a drive-through. Think of how many people drive through right now when you can't go and sit down. Or you go in and you take takeout, right? Like, there's how many people go through it? Any restaurant in town that's a fast food, whether it's a Tim Hortons and McDonald's, you know, like they're always lined up. Yeah. Especially now when you can't go inside pretty much. So everybody's using the drive-through or they're just doing the takeout thing.
Makes you think twice.
It makes you, like this, Algoma Public Health should be out there saying, oh, there was an outbreak here, there's an outbreak there. If you were there between these times, pay more attention if you develop any of the COVID symptoms. Anyways.
Well, there's Chris's rant.
Okay.
Well done, Chris.
All right, thank you. Moving along. Chippewa County on the American side, 85 new cases. Now, it's important to note that they only give us their new cases twice a week. So this is for cases from January 2nd to January 5th, so basically yesterday. They had 85 new ones, 45 recoveries, which means they have about 193 active cases in the entire Chippewa County right now. And they're obviously asking you to wear your face coverings and continue to social distance.
Well, speaking about COVID, and we're wondering when we're going to get this vaccine. Now, because the cases are on the rise here in the Sault, what is the current? We went up 11, 12, 13 in the last 2 days?
Yes,
so,
just in the last 2 days.
Yeah, so obviously it's on the rise in the Sault. So when do we get our vaccine? Well, last week, the retired General Rick Hillier, who is heading that task force, what's the actual task force called? Do you remember?
It's the Vaccine Distribution Task Force.
Well, that makes perfect sense because that's anyway. They indicated Northern Ontario would have to wait till the spring to get any COVID-19 vaccines. With the alarming case count, as I mentioned earlier, they're prompting a video response from the mayor. A few citizens wondered, you know, hello, what's that? We should get these sooner rather than later, especially with the outbreak at Mapleview. A request for comment to Ross Romano's office was answered this morning with an official statement from the Ministry of Solicitor General, who said the government's approach to identifying key populations to receive the vaccine first is informed by science and priority populations. So, and we're not priority populations?
Maybe our healthcare workers are.
Well,
hopefully
they're getting it.
And the Indigenous communities.
And there was a girl in Hamilton maybe 2 days ago who had a severe allergic reaction.
To the vaccine?
Yes, and she was a PSW, so I was reading about that.
And speaking of responsible companies with regards to COVID-19, this literally was just sent to me.
Oh, hot off the press.
Yes. So Algoma Steel has 3 workers with COVID-19 who's tested positive. I won't read the full letter of what they're talking about here, but basically they're telling they're just talking about what it is. They were contract workers, and they were in isolated parts of the plant. They weren't regular workers. I guess maybe they were tradespeople putting something in or something like that.
Okay.
There's not a lot here. I'm just literally reading this as we're live on the air. They're also telling their employees to check their COVID alert apps to see if they were close enough to that person. And they're also saying that if you work for them, call the Human Resources line and you can get more information.
If you work for the steel plant?
Yeah, Algoma Steel. Yeah.
Well, I think they employ a large amount of people.
Oh, yeah. They have like 300 full-time employees, but these were contract workers, so.
Okay, well, listen, we're all stuck at home, right? So we want to go outside and do stuff. We know that the ice rinks are open, the city ones and the private ones. But what about ice fishing? That was a nice story that Dan Gray put out yesterday. The Ontario government's put the whole region in lockdown with rising numbers. What are we going to do? Let's go ice fishing. I can tell you right now, I will not be one of these people that will go to that measure because I hate cold. But anyway, if you do want to try it out, Klaus Delksen at Birch Lodge in Blind River has some tips for everyone, which is posted to SiouxOnline.com. They are saying never go fishing alone for the first time. Take someone experienced with you to show you the ropes, and make sure you tell people where you are going. Never go alone, or make sure you have a floating suit. Nothing about ice fishing turns my crank whatsoever. I do apologize if I've ticked people off by saying that.
You sounded very enthusiastic on that story.
I tried, but you know, my brother loves it. My son went on the weekend and he didn't catch anything but a buzz.
Speaking of fun things to do outdoors, walking on sidewalks is one of those things.
Oh, yes. I read this morning in the newscast.
So the question, someone posed a question to Mayor Provenzano the other day about a section of the street they lived on, whether or not it was going to be plowed for walking on. His response was that send him an email and he will send information back on how you can find out what sidewalks get plowed.
Prioritized. They're categorized. Yes,
exactly. So if you go to our site, you find just click on the story that says, where is my sidewalk plowed? There's a link there through to the city's website for their sidewalks called Sidewalk Plowing Address Lookup Map. Yeah, for short, that's ArcGIS. So, .com. Yeah, just rolls right off the tongue. So, that's ARCGIS.com. And then you can find out if your sidewalk will actually be plowed. There's an actual map there, and it shows the whole city and which sidewalks are plowed and which ones are not. So you can go to our website, SoultLine.com, for more information there.
Okay, well, let's ask Craig. Do we need to worry about having our sidewalks plowed anytime soon?
We don't need to worry about snow for a week.
Beauty. I keep getting in your shot. I'm moving again. I'm sorry.
A week for
Should I be
snow.
over here? Okay. Well, you know what?
A week? That's great.
Yeah, in 1981, we had 79 centimeters on the ground today.
That's disgusting.
So we have 2 centimeters right now. So we're doing pretty good. And the actual low temperature, the lowest temperature on this date was 1973, minus 30.6.
Oh, I was going to say minus 27. So
close. And the highest was 7.2. So we're not that warm, but you know, it still feels like March. Let's take a look outside and see what we look like. Are we doing that? Well, there we go. So we're just seeing cloud. We could see some sun today. Temperatures around -1 to +1. Feels like March. Doesn't feel like January whatsoever. I'll have all your entire forecast coming up after this.
École publique École des Rapides, a place where your child can learn, grow, and be happy. Discover why more and more families are choosing École publique École des Rapides for their child.
Register your child from January 18th to the 22nd.
Loss is something that never leaves you. Donate $45 today to help victims of impaired driving. A message from MAD Canada.
As night falls, 37 million Canadians turn out their lights and settle down for the night. But as we sleep, there's something interesting going on. House hippos have returned to Canadian homes, but they're extremely hard to spot. They enjoy admiring their reflections, hoarding socks, helping themselves to your devices, and annoying your pets. It looks like Canada has a house hippo problem.
Or do we? We brought back the house hippo to show how easy it is to be fooled in our digital world. Find out how to tell what's real and what's not at breakthefake.ca.
And welcome back to First Local Mornings for Wednesday, January the 6th. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Huron Superior Catholic District School Board.
Yay!
Got it right this time. Man, that's a mouthful.
You should just say the acronym.
HSCDS.
Forget it.
There we go.
Thank you for your sponsorship.
I know what I'm talking about when I say it that slow. You can now register your kid for, guess what?
What?
Kindergarten. So make sure you do that. Go to their website. You can also go to our site, click on the link through, and you'll be taken to the correct page for putting your kid into kindergarten this coming September. And also there's other registrations there as well. So if you're moving into the area and you're putting your kid in grade 10, things like that.
Now I do know they're not doing walkthroughs.
No.
Because of the COVID, just to mention that.
No.
So Facebook us. What do we got going on today?
We have a ton of Facebook shout-outs this morning. Good morning to Nicole, Tammy, Vanyo, Kathy. Kathy says we need full disclosure across the province. I fully agree with that.
Awesome.
And it's good that local companies such as the Tim Hortons owner and Algoma Steel have come out and said that there is cases where they are located to let the public know. Good morning to Margaret, Dan, Connie, your parents.
Hi, parents.
Eve and Shaughnessy. And Shaughnessy says, what if the steel plant employees don't have the app? The employees who don't have the app, they're just suggesting that you check the app if you do have it. I'm not sure if Algoma Steel, no one can really require you to use the app. They can ask you, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to use the app. I know I do. I want to know if I'm near anyone with COVID, right? Like, who wouldn't want to know? Because then you know, oh, I better go get tested. But
I feel like if you work there, just go get tested too. I don't know.
They're probably going to test all the employees. That would be my guess. That's what they've done with like every other.
And I know you said they were in a certain area, but they still use coffee machines. They still use bathrooms. So yeah,
there's still common areas. Oh, also good morning to Evelyn and Derek.
Hello, Evelyn and Derek, and everyone else who's joining us on this fine Wednesday and listening to Chris Shank, the school board. And thanks to Casey Security for your sponsorship as well.
And Algoma Marketplace.
Okay, so we do have some weather that we need to worry about, not worry about. I don't know. I don't know if I
There's no snow for like a week, so that's good.
Well, he better be right. Let's find out right now.
Thanks very much, guys. Well, weather-wise, there's really not a lot going on. What you see is what we get. We'll take a look at what we can see for today. Partly sunny skies, temperatures -1. That's basically our temperature right now. It's going to stay steady, maybe even climb up to about +1 later on this afternoon. The wind chill may make it a little cooler out there, but really nothing substantial. It's not going to be terribly cold. Let's take a look at the overnight lows for tonight. Again, really not a lot of cold air, except we are going to sink down to -12 tonight because we're under high pressure, so there's nothing keeping that heat in. -9 in Elliott Lake, -10 in Sudbury. So for the satellite shot, I'll show you, there's really not a lot going on. Pretty clear around the Great Lakes. We have high pressure systems sitting here, so anything out west is going to be blocked for the next couple of days, and we're going to see a lot of sun building into the forecast for tomorrow. Let's take a look then at your 3-day forecast for tomorrow. Some cloud tomorrow, temperatures dipping to -2, which is still well above seasonal. We should be at -6 for a daytime high. Our overnight lows, though, are pretty much right on. We should be around -12, -15. For Friday, lots of sun, -1. We climb up a little bit. And for Saturday, we see some more sun. Or I should say more cloud coming into the forecast for Saturday. That's your weather for now. More show coming up right after this.
Let's see, so kidney is a... These are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious. Kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't
don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
Welcome back. Thank you, Casey Security, for your sponsorship and the
Huron Superior Catholic District School Board.
Yes, 10 out of 10. As well as we'd like to thank wirelesscom.ca for that shot of the beautiful city, which we were trying to figure out where it was today.
Yeah, it was actually your kid's school.
St. George's. Yeah, that's right. We know the cross. Okay, sports time.
I'm ready.
It's a little sad day, but not too sad. I mean, they made it to the gold medal round. They did play the Americans, and the score was 2-0 for the Americans. 2 goals came in the first and the second period. Canada looked a little sluggish, tired, I'm going to say, but still hung in there. I was surprised at this score, to be honest with you. I really thought that, I thought Canada was going to win. Well, I did call the Russian game, by the way. You remember I told you? But, it's upsetting. But, hey, another gold medal game for Canada, and they have a lot of great prospects. Like I said, a lot of first rounders that were on the team. So congratulations to those guys. And they're only, come on, they're young dudes, right? So got a bright future ahead of them.
I mean, they're still teenagers and the juniors, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now, there was a bronze medal game, which Finland defeated Russia. So I know you were talking about how Finland...
Finland has a very good hockey team. It's like a hockey nation there, Finland.
Yeah. So and just on the Greyhounds too, let's touch on that a little bit. We don't have a start date. It was supposed to be February the 5th. That has been postponed. I will be meeting with Jerry actually hopefully this week to do a Zoom interview just to get his thoughts on that. I'm not too sure what's going on. The AHL has also postponed, and like I reported yesterday, the NOJHL, they're playing limited, very limited. Yes. Now, one last thing I do want to talk about is the Heisman Trophy. Now, do you know the Heisman Trophy? That's
wicked, the football one.
That wicked pose. We have some video of that. But Alabama Crimson Tide wide receiver Devontae Smith, he won that trophy, and he is the first one in to win that since the 1980s as a running back. So congratulations to him and
wide receiver.
Wide receiver. Yeah. Thank you very much, Christopher. Where did I get running back from?
Because mainly it's running backs and quarterbacks that win it.
Thank you. Okay.
And actually, a couple of years ago, there was an Alabama running back that won it.
I'm extremely impressed with your knowledge right now, Chris. High five. Anyways.
We'll high five after COVID's over.
What?
We'll have to high five after COVID's over.
Oh, yeah. No, we can high elbow. Yeah. Anyways, that's some sports. A look at some sports. I hope there's going to be some more. January 13th, hopefully some NHL. Yes.
Maybe.
Go Leafs, go. But right now, we're going to go to a commercial. Thank you.
For all those times.
Every 3 seconds, someone will develop Alzheimer's, a fatal disease that steals your memories and makes you forget the people you love most. Fortunately, there is hope. Today, researchers believe a cure is just a few years away.
It's okay, Daddy, you can go. Just go.
For just $9 a month, you can fund research for a cure and make history by ending this disease.
211, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm really worried about my sister. She doesn't leave her house much. She doesn't even come to our family things. I barely see her smile anymore.
Can you tell me a bit more about the situation?
I think her husband might be... I don't know. Whenever he's around, she's nervous, like she doesn't want to make a mistake.
Do you think that he might be hurting her?
I think so.
Okay, let's figure out how we can help your sister.
Welcome back with Chris, Craig, and Colette. The three awesome C's.
Yeah.
Triple C, triple danger. We are just going to talk quickly before we throw to weather that the coldest night of the year event is a virtual event this year. We did mention it a little bit on our newscast yesterday. There's two ways in which you can participate, virtually and in person. The in-person is very limited. You do need to go and register for that. They will have staggering start times, obviously in keeping with the 2 meter distance. Thank you. Social distancing. And if you do it that way, you get a bowl of chili to take home with you, a toque, and a mask. However, if you choose to do it virtually, you can do it anytime in February. You do have to register for that, and you will still get a toque. So that's for the homelessness and the initiative and to raise awareness and raise money for our local charities. So please try and involve yourself in that and go for a walk and raise some money.
And talk about a perfect segue to weather.
Isn't
From the
it?
coldest night of the year to
you're going to want
weather?
some chili tonight because it is going to get cold tonight.
No.
We do have high pressure building into the area for the next couple of days. It's going to cool us down, especially at night, but the 7-day looks pretty good. We're still in January. So temperatures, still hovering around the freezing mark. Again, at night it's going to get a little cool. And we just have sun and cloud to worry about for the next 7 days. Really no major snow system coming in for at least another week or so.
Look at Friday. I'm liking Friday.
Friday is looking nice.
Yeah, right? And Saturday and Sunday, not too bad,
we'll
too.
see the sun once this week.
You see
Something to look forward to.
You see the
I'm
sun
such an
every day
optimist,
sitting beside me, okay? Don't even bother. Why are you laughing? Anyway, why did you tell us our COVID numbers?
Yes,
What's that
okay,
all
so
about?
across the province of Ontario, we are obviously going up in COVID cases. Yesterday, there was 3,128 new cases. But the interesting part here is they only did 35,000 tests. I mean, it was only a couple days ago, we did 77,000 tests the same day, like half the amount of tests that we did just a few days ago. So the positivity rate for that is obviously very high. 22 of the 51 deaths yesterday were in the long-term care system, and one person between the ages of 20 and 39 also passed away. We have about 1,347 people in the hospital across the province, 369 in the ICU. That's 45 new admissions into the ICU in just the past 24 hours.
Oh boy.
And in the ICU there is one newborn baby as well as 2 children also under the age of 18 in the ICU across the province.
Whoa. A newborn baby?
Yes. This is not the first newborn baby to have COVID. There was a baby a while ago elsewhere here in Canada. It wasn't in Ontario. But apparently
that's awful.
The only thing that I know about this was the last one, the mother had COVID, so when the baby was born, the kid had COVID, the baby. I don't know if that's the case with this one, and I don't know, I'm not a doctor, so don't think that if you have a baby and you have COVID, it's going to have COVID. But that was how it happened with the first one that was a while ago. I think for some reason that was in either Saskatchewan or Manitoba. But thank you very much to the Huron-Spear Catholic District School Board for your sponsorship. Make sure you go and register your kid for elementary kindergarten.
That's right. And see me at 1 o'clock when Ford comes on.
With Doug Ford. We'll be back at 1.
Have a good one.
See ya.